The Adept Horror's Least is here, and if you're a PvP main like me, you want to farm the hell out of the GM this week to get a good kill clip roll for this amazing rapid fire pulse rifle. But it's the Corrupted Grandmaster, notoriously seen as the hardest GM. This guide is going to provide you with a safe, reliable, and very easy to replicate method to allow even the scrubbiest of PvE players like myself to put this GM to a very farmable sub 20 minutes per run and one phase the boss every single damn time. We're going to cover our team's loadouts first and then walk you through each section of the strike. Timestamps are in the description below if you want to skip to a specific section of the strike. I highly recommend checking out our boss method, as it is always a reliable one phase with the method that we use. Let's get underway. So our fire team was running 2 Well of Radiance Warlocks and 1 Omnioculus Hunter. I highly recommend 1 Warlock running Well of Radiance at the very least, but 2 is preferable. The Omnioculus Hunter lets you go invisible and skip tons of this strike, so again it's a big plus here, and the Omni Hunter is basically going to act as the medic of the group and safely get reses. A lot of the guns are interchangeable here, but the key gun for this strategy is Storm Chaser. And it's going to be integral for this run as it's alt burn this week, which means an extra 25% damage. All 3 of us were running Storm Chaser, and this helped out a ton for demolishing champions and then one phasing the boss. Even a badly rolled Storm Chaser is going to put tons of work here. 2 of us in this video were using well-rounded Frenzy Storm Chasers, so not a god roll by any means, and we were comfortably one phasing Sedia. Okay, so let's go over our team composition and our loadouts. So the first Warlock was running an Unstoppable Scout Rifle with a Forbearance Grenade Launcher and then Storm Chaser. For the exotic, he used Starfire Protocol. The second Warlock was also running an Unstoppable Scout in the Kinetic, but then was running Dead Messenger in the Energy slot to deal with multiple types of shields in the strike. This week there's Void and Solar Shields, so again, Dead Messenger is going to be great for dealing with those. For the exotic, he was using Aeon Soul so that he could finish champions to generate heavy ammo for us throughout the strike, so we could blitz the champions and have enough ammo for the one phase at the end. I highly recommend one person in your group to run Aeon Soul. Finally, the third person, me, was being the Omnioculus Hunter, and I was running a Blinding GL for my Kinetic, Divinity is my special for Overload champions, and then Storm Chaser for heavy. So let's get into the strike itself. So as you spawn in, there's going to be a named Overload champion in front of you. Use Divinity and then kill it. Go from the right hand side and then approach the second named taken champion at the front by the gate and again take it down. There is one more Overload champion in this area, which often spawns in the middle by the bridge or on the far side on one of the pillars, but you can skip this champion and achieve Platinum. So go ahead and have your Omnioculus Hunter use Invis and then run inside. The key to the elevator section is to prepare your balls. Yeah, that's right, prepare your balls. Have one person pick up the charged orb, throw it to another person so it's overcharged, and then have them drop it. Start the encounter, clear the scions, and then have the person pick up the charged orb, throw it towards the shielded enemies, and if you throw it right at the start when all 3 of the enemies spawn in, then the explosion should clear all 3 shields. If it doesn't, don't panic, have your Omni Hunter pick up another charge, pass it to a teammate, and then take out the remaining shields. Rinse and repeat for the second wave, but make sure you're careful of those areas of black taken goo on the floor, which can damage you. Once you've cleared those 2 waves, another set of ads will spawn on top of the stairs in front of you. Here, you only need to kill the champion Ogre. Once you've done that, have your Omni Hunter make you go invisible, and then run to the left side of the stairs underneath. Once you're all here on the left side of the stairs, go invis again, and then skip all these ads and go to this area shown in the video. Here, hide behind the rock, take out the ogres one by one, have your Omni Hunter make you go invisible, then proceed to the next rock, and then rinse and repeat for the second ogre. If you hide behind the rock correctly, you can completely ignore the shriekers. Once you've killed the second ogre, go invis again, run towards the third rock, and then use invis again and then run to the right side of the stairs. Keep running up those stairs and then approach this little corner here past the pillar. As you run up the stairs, all the ads behind you will despawn, so don't worry about behind you. Drop a Well of Radiance here on this exact spot shown in the video. Have your team focus on the Unstoppable Ogre first and then try and do as much damage to the main boss Ogre in the light area. If you guys are serious PvEers and min-maxing, you will be able to one phase the boss here in the light area, and you should do so. But us scrubs, we didn't do that and we got teleported to the dark area. Here in the taken area, you can damage the Ogre, but don't kill it yet, because there are 2 champions that we need to take care of. Damage the Dark Ogre until you get teleported back in the light area, and then finish off the light ogre. Once you've done taking out the light ogre, go back to the taken area and then jump up to the right hand side platform. Here some void shielded acolytes are going to spawn along with your 2 champions. You can drop a second well here and it's going to make things a lot easier. Take care of the acolytes, take care of the 2 unstoppable champions. Remember to use the finisher whenever possible so you're topped up on Storm Chaser ammo. Once the ads are down, take care of the big taken ogre. Then have your Omnioculus Hunter use invis and then run towards the next portal. As you're teleported into the next area, run backwards past the gate. Now you're going to be in a safe position to deal with the next 2 unstoppable champions. Remember to have your Aeon Soul person to use finisher to top up on ammo here. As you're running into the next area, run towards the left hand column and the left sided ledges. From here, take out the 2 unstoppable champions in the middle, and then while staying on the left side, make sure you do not drop down. Make sure you stay above here on the left and then take care of the Overload champion on the left. Go invis afterwards and then go to the right hand side and take care of the Overload champion on the right hand side. Once that's done, have your Omni Hunter make you go invisible and teleport to the next area. As you're jumping down here, make sure that not all 3 of you jump down at the same time. I have heard some horror stories from my friends where they have wiped here. As you approach the next part with all the floating sort of rocks, on the right hand side there'll be another Overload champion. Get your people with the scout rifles to just sort of pepper him and aggravate him. Eventually, this champion is just going to fall off the edge. As the divinity user, this was the point I often found myself running a little bit low on divinity ammo. So with these taken acolytes, this is a great time to use special ammo finisher and use a little bit of super energy to gain some more special ammo. Keep using your Omnioculus invis and keep running towards the next area. As you approach this church area, run past the first Overload champion and hide towards the right. Use this spot with divinity to take out this Overload champion. Make sure you go past that champion before you start taking him out, otherwise the ads from behind will screw you over. Then take care of the other Overload champion on the other side of the ledge. Now we've dealt with all the champions if we're going to one phase Sedia. So for the boss room, this was our strategy. We had our entire team run towards this right hand sided pillar for cover. To start with, we used our grenade launchers and scout rifles to take care of all the ads. We didn't require a well of radiance for this first wave. Then someone from our team went and grabbed the orb, charged it up with a person, and then threw it on Sedia. Upon doing so, this will spawn a second wave of ads. Do not damage the boss at all. Take care of the ads. We often dropped a well of radiance at this point, but if you're only running 1 well of radiance, don't use any of your wells here yet. Once you finish both waves of ads, run towards the area where the chest spawns. This is going to be the area where you DPS from. Again, the key here is going to be to prepare your balls. Have one person grab the charged orb, throw it to another person, and then drop it on the floor. Have your Omnioculus Hunter use dead full tether on this spot right here shown in the video, and then have your Warlock drop a well of radiance exactly where shown. All 3 of you now start using your Storm Chasers to DPS Sedia. Eventually, Sedia will teleport to the area where you dropped your dead full tether. The person now picks up that charged orb dropped on the floor, takes off the shield from Sedia, and the other 2 of you carry on DPSing with Storm Chaser. This every time resulted in a comfortable one phase. If us 2 PvP mains and an LFG third managed it, you guys will definitely be able to manage it, and eventually you'll start getting to 15-minute clears with this method. The most important thing is that this method is safe, reliable, and reproducible every single time. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed what I talked about today and it's helped you conquer this strike, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more Destiny content. I'm Mr. Ronit, and that's it for today. Peace out, guys.